welcome back to my channel, Southern Tea. It's your girl, Lady J, back bringing you, my commentary on the latest and what's happening in female rap and urban news. But before I get into my video, I want you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, comment, share, and baby, you already here, so subscribe to my channel. So let's go ahead and get right into my first topic. So first thing I want to talk about is Doja Cat. So apparently people have been calling Doja Cat out because recently it was exposed that, she been back in them tiny chat rooms again. Now, I don't think she back in the racist chat rooms, but Doja got to be careful and tread very lightly because it's people clearly waiting on her to fuck up, especially given the situation she was in last time. So here's my thing though. It don't be nothing but white people in these chat rooms every time. And I'm not really understanding Doja. Like, I think she has some type of addiction or needs to be a part of these chat rooms. And it confuses me because recently, like a few weeks ago, a month ago, she did an interview talking about somehow she grew up, in close relation and proximity to her blackness. And I'm really just not seeing it for Doja. Like, it's really not giving those vibes, all right? And then you got people talking about she's a moderator, okay? And she kicking folks off asking, for asking about why she only worth $8 million when she's supposed to be a A-list celebrity. Which, bitch, I would kick your ass off too, because why you in my pockets, ho? Okay? You probably won't even touch 500,000 racks, let alone a mil, let alone 800 mil. So, however, I don't think it's smart nor beneficial for Doja Cat to be having fits online in these chat rooms, child, especially when people are just waiting to post something to go viral. Now, it's being reported by TMZ that Doja reached out to police because someone who she kicked out of the chat room came back in and threatened to off Doja Cat and claimed he would see her soon. Now, I don't know if this is the same person who blasted her for kicking them out the first time, but Doja Cat did call the police. Now, I'm sure that's not the first time Doja has been threatened. I feel like she called the police to do a little public damage control because she was exposed for being back in these rooms, and she hasn't really made a public comment or response about it. But she called the police about someone in these chat rooms knowing that would get, it would get put out to the public, okay? So that's her addressing it but not addressing it. Now, there is a whole investigation being had, child. So I just think this isn't a good look personally. Like I was saying before, sometimes I just wish these artists would make their music and stay off the internet. I think a lot of these artists, when they get so successful at an early point in their career, it can either make or break them. And with everybody having a weakness, very few of these celebrities would fold. I feel like Doja has a need to be a part of these chat rooms or she wouldn't be back in them. Like, this is the same thing that got her a lot of backlash back in 2020, and she issued a whole apology. So what sense does it make to go back in the rooms, regardless of what's being talked about in these chat rooms, if it's racist or not? If the last time Doja said sometimes racist people come in and out of the rooms, then they are there. If that what was happening then what's the difference now? What's stopping them from coming back in them rooms now and getting your ass caught up, So I just feel like Doja is easily setting herself up because the black community already half-ass fuck with Doja now. And it's not because she's mixed, it's because she's more so pop, and on top of that, she is clearly tapped into her unseasoned side, yeah. And she liked the white peen, which is fine. However, because of all of those things, when you add it up, the black community views Doja a certain way, and many won't consider her a rapper. But Doja definitely needs to tread lightly because I just don't think this is benefiting her at all, nor do I think it's making her any more appealing than what she already isn't to a lot of people, especially since this whole year she's been getting into it and arguing with a lot of folks online. But let me know your thoughts on that below. So the next topic I want to get into is Amber Rose giving her 10s to Nicki Minaj. And I have seen people talking about this, so I want to talk about it. And I also saw something else I thought was pretty interesting, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. So Amber Rose was recently on an episode of Drink Champs, aka Drink Drama. And of course, Messy Rory had to be a weirdo and ask everyone the question to choose between either Cardi or Nicki Minaj. Now, lately, many people have been saying Nicki Minaj, which, I mean, is really a no-brainer because her pen game is crazy and she's been in this shit for way too long, running this shit and still relevant. But anyway, besides that, this is what Amber Rose had to say.
This a bitch.
Nicki could be.
Nicki.
Oh, okay.
Easy.
That was quick. You want to give everybody?
I'm gonna be honest. I gotta stop this. Amber.
I'm gonna tell you, I watched Nicki Minaj write. She's a fucking lyricist. No, and there's no disrespect to Cardi, but I personally have seen Nicki Minaj be in her element, and she can battle with the best of them. She can battle with Nas and Jay-Z. She's up there. I've seen it personally with my own two fucking eyes.
What y'all think?
Now, Amber Rose was obviously in a very public relationship with Kanye West for a while, including when Monster came about, which is the time I believe Amber is referring to. And everybody know that Nicki Minaj watched all the men on that song. So she watched Jay, she watched Kanye, she watched Rick Ross. So, I mean, she did her shit. But, I mean, I just find it very comical how all these people will talk about how Nicki's pen game is just so crazy and will, you know, back up her writing, and you still have these delusional people who want to push this false narrative of Nicki not writing her raps. Nicki could never be the type of bitch to sit up and let a nigga do what she can do with her own brain and talent, baby. Okay, get that straight. Now, going back to my earlier statement about seeing something interesting as it pertained to this, after this Amber Rose interview came out, not even 48 hours later do we see a tweet from Rory saying this: I had a great conversation with I Am Cardi B the other day, and I want to say I respect her. Would love to officially invite her to Drink Champs to talk chopped cheese, Newports, and all other greatness. Now, the reason I found this interesting was, for one, not only was this not even 48 hours after the Amber Rose interview came about and people, you know, were reporting on why Amber chose Nicki Minaj over Cardi B, you know, it made the blogs, but I think she honestly reached out because she didn't like Amber's response. Now, I don't know if Cardi B reached out or if they reached out, but I have a feeling Cardi B reached out because she didn't like Amber's response, and I feel like she doesn't like that he asked this to everyone who comes on the show most of the time, because, you know, most of the time people say Nicki Minaj, and I don't think Cardi cares for the responses a lot of them give, especially these in-depth responses like Amber's. You know, she can say it's not to dig at Cardi all she want, but I remember back in 2017 when Amber took that photo with the Migos and they was all looking at her like a Thanksgiving plate shell, okay? When Offset was, you know, all up on her, and he was with Cardi at the time, and when someone mentioned it, I remember, you know, someone mentioned it to Cardi online, and she basically responded and said, niggas will be niggas and hoes will be hoes. So she low-key called Amber a hoe, baby, which, I mean, she is, you know, because, you know, she has embraced it, but obviously this could have influenced Amber's answer. But honestly, even if Amber never linked up with the Migos, I believe her response would have been the same, because her reasoning had everything to do with Nicki pushing her pen and being lyrically up there with the greats, which is facts. And I think that might have annoyed Cardi B, especially since she wants to be taken more seriously as a writer, as a rapper, because as we all know, Cardi be doing his thing when it comes to writing Cardi's raps. But I think she's told Nori to chill out on asking this question to every guest on every episode. So clearly when she makes her appearance on Drink Champs, if that happens, he won't be asking no Nicki questions, very clearly, unless he want to get his ass cussed out. But watch and see if on the next episode, when the next guests come on, they don't ask no Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B question. And if you wonder why they don't, this is more than likely why, because Cardi more than likely made an issue about it, which, I mean, it is annoying, but the real issue for Cardi, I think, is people saying Nicki more than her. If this was 2018 and people were saying Cardi more than Nicki, I don't believe she would really have an issue with this. But I mean, what Amber said was facts. Nicki is a lyrical genius. Her raps go over a lot of people's heads, and she raps for the intelligent. But let me know your thoughts on that below. The next topic I want to get into is Asian Doll. So Asian Doll has been a hot topic of social media conversation as of late because she went viral the other day because she posted a risque TikTok video with her so-called friend Fabio Foreign. Now, this is the same rap nigga who basically said she lied, and he basically dissed her earlier this year because she claimed that when they was in the bowling alley and she had her ski mask on, he told her to take it off because he wanted to see her pretty face and she needed to show it. Now, I believe Asian when she said this because, you know, niggas is niggas. But this is the issue I had with Asian. She knew very well he had a girl then, just like she knew he had a girl now. Now, Fabio came out and basically was like, what kind of lie is that? And she was just a homie and he has a girl. So I just feel like Asian is the same type of bitch she would be threatening to fight if her nigga's so-called homegirl was always flirting with him. Because you posted that unnecessary ass comment about him basically flirting with you in a bowling alley. And now here you go posting TikTok videos of him dry humping your BBL ass doggy style, knowing he got a girl. Now, his girl claiming he into gay videos and whatever else is beside the point, because obviously she can't give a damn about that if she still stayed with the nigga. But it's the fact that, for one, Asian Doll is always popping out with a new nigga. Like, I'm not even being funny. Like, literally, ever since Vaughn died, it's like she been on dick real bad. Like, I understand trauma and healing, but healing don't involve linking up with every nigga you meet. And it damn sure don't mean calling a nigga your friend, but letting it be known he flirting with you. Then you proceed to post a sexually suggestive video between the two of you, knowing he has a girlfriend both times, but y'all supposed to just be friends. Now, she did post a couple of TikTok videos in response to the backlash, and one she was kind of shading Fabio's girlfriend. I feel like she said this: when you vibe having when you a vibe having fun in the club and the girl swear you on her nigga. And then in another video she was like, when he sent me the video of me dancing with Fabi. So she also took to Twitter and responded to some of the backlash. So one user was like Asian doll looked like such a weirdo, posted with a new nigga every month, but loudly announcing she's single 3 to 4 weeks later to only repeat, just shut the fuck up and enjoy. To which Asian responded and said, and y'all weird for caring about someone's relationship status. So when a fan has said, Asian doll P is so important to y'all, it's crazy, Asian agreed and said, mind-blowing. Then you got Fabio slow ass acting just like a nigga, still claiming Asian is just his friend and why he can't dance with his friend, child. He say that's demonic. Okay, so child, now he calling y'all demons because he dry humping on a bitch. But you know, in the end, I'm sure Asian will be posted up with a new nigga next week. I don't know what it is Asian is out here searching for, but I hope she finds it so she can focus on her music and cleaning up her brand and image, because it's a mess. Sis needs a publicist. If she already has one, she needs to fire their ass and get a new one expeditiously, because bitch, you are clearly not doing your job. She needs a real team behind her, and she needs to stay off the internet with her shenanigans, because sis look like a whole clown out here in my most humble opinion, and she's too talented for that. But let me know your thoughts on that below. Another topic I want to get into is Cardi B. So Cardi took to social media to let it be known that she meant what she said in that Tomorrow 2 verse, baby, because sis said she gonna fight over that D. Do you hear me? Okay, so this is what she said.
Don't mind me, I'm drunk. No, I don't give a fuck. How about that? Because I'll say even if I'm drunk or not. All right, so I've been seeing a lot of tweets that be going viral talking about when Cardi says this. Hold on. These tweets talk about when Cardi say she fighting over dick too. I don't feel her on that. But this is my thing, right? This is my thing. If a bitch go through your purse, right? If a bitch go through your purse and she steals some of your money, you're not going to fight that bitch? Yeah, bitch, you gonna fight for your money, right? So if a nigga's providing for you, giving you money, paying your bills, doing all that shit, and a bitch go take him from you, you're not gonna fight over that dick, because that's your money. Because that nigga's your money. You're not gonna fight for that, bitch, because I'm fighting with teeth. I'm biting you, bitch, over my nigga. Yes, I am. Fighting you over that dick. Now, if it's a broke nigga, bitch, I can't help you. You deserve charges on you, bitch. You deserve a whole restraining order.
Now, my issue with what, she's saying, her analogy, it's not hitting like you think it is, sis. Because if you have a purse and a bitch take it, cool, whip that hoe ass. But if you have a purse and your nigga giving that bitch money out your purse, then that's on your nigga, okay? She can't take what's being given to her. And the last time you was trying to fight and throw bottles over some D is because your husband was giving up what was supposed to be yours. But personally, though, I feel like she posted this to keep people talking about her Tomorrow 2 verse, keep streams up, whatever you want to call it. I think she more proud of that verse than the Hot Shit record, because she didn't promote Hot Shit nowhere near as much as she promoted Tomorrow 2, and I will keep saying that because it just stands out to me. But Cardi knows that people know her history with getting violent with women over men, so she know what she's doing. She know what she's doing when she posted this. She wanted to trend. She wanted to go viral. She wanted to have the think pieces being written, in my opinion. She wanted some interactions, and that's just my most humble opinion based on what it's given. Then when some of the comments were not in her favor, she tweeted this. Y'all talking about y'all won't fight over D, but y'all fighting over celebs online all the time. Somebody lying. First of all, baby, no one is physically fighting over celebrities, okay? Let's say that for one. They are on Stan Twitter dragging each other on the internet. That's quite different than popping off on bitches in the clubs because your nigga giving that D away for the free. So I feel like, per usual, Cardi is justifying her behavior, which is crazy to me because back in September, she pled guilty to the strip club assault charges and acted like she learned from her mistakes and she matured and has become accountable for her actions. But then you turn around and basically promote fighting over these dusty dick ass niggas. Like, child, stop. You gotta pick one. Let me know your thoughts on that below, though. So another topic I want to get into is Megan Thee Stallion, child. So first off, a lot of the evidence is now being released that was being used during the trial, and social media is reacting to it. Now, originally, they said the jail call Tory made to Kelsey was leaked, but then you got some people saying, oh, it's normal for evidence to be released after court, which, you know, so which is it? Because the blogs reported it as a leak. Now, I'm not very surprised about anything that was quote-unquote revealed because it was already talked about. If you have been following this case, then you should not have been surprised or had a change mind of anything after hearing the jail call and the interview Kelsey did back in September, where she claimed that she lied, which is why they couldn't really use that interview as evidence when the jury had to deliberate. I want to know when and if we will hear Megan's testimony or the eyewitness testimony, Sean Kelly, or really anything that the defense had to present as evidence, since that has yet to be released. In my opinion, it's just, I don't know, it feels like a campaign to assassinate Tory's character, while at the same time a campaign to attest to Megan being a black woman who needs protection, since that is the narrative she has been going with for the last 2 years. I feel like now that she has won in the court of law, so to speak, she now wants to win the public's opinion because, you know, she wants to uphold a certain image and keep the narrative that she was harmed intentionally by Tory, which a lot of people are online, they're voicing that they don't believe. You know, that petition is going around and it's getting up to like 50,000 signatures at this point, which, like I said in my last video, I don't doubt at all Megan was harmed. I just find it hard to believe she was harmed in the way she claimed, by that being done by Tory. So her story was that Tory intentionally harmed her. She saw it, but her back was turned. So it was just a whole bunch. And, you know, Kelsey and the eyewitness, they told two different stories from Megan. So it was just too many holes and there was just way too much doubt, reasonable doubt, which is why I was so shocked the verdict was what it was. I just felt like the goal was to prove he did this beyond reasonable doubt, and I don't feel like that was done. I feel like I have no clarity, and if anything, I'm left with more questions on what happened that night than answers. Now, so another thing of Megan, it was revealed that Megan won the first round of her battle with her label 1501. So if you didn't know, Megan is suing her label because she is saying that Something for the Thotties is an album and the label is saying it's not. Now, it's important to note that she is trying to get out of her contract with 1501, so she needs this to be counted as an album, because if it is, it would have fulfilled the 3 album requirement, I guess, because I'm saying 3 album requirement because the only other 2 official albums she has is Good News and Traumazine. So if they count Something for the Thotties as an album, this will fulfill her requirement, so she can, you know, leave 1501. So the judge denied the motion for the ruling, meaning this $1 million lawsuit will or can go to trial. So Megan will be back in the courtroom again very soon. Now, this is, I guess, good for Megan, but, you know, I say it's good for her because she needs Alex Spiro and the rest of Rock Nation to come on in and do their thing, because they got it from here now that it's made it to this point. Now, in all realness, though, I know all these court wins may look like wins, you know, for Megan, but notice how nobody major in the hip-hop community has come out in support of Megan after this verdict. I want you to ask yourself why. Literally, it's been what, 2, 3, 4? It's been 2, 3 days, 4 days. How long has it been since we got the verdict? Okay, and nobody big in the hip-hop community has really come out and said anything positive. These may look like wins, but in reality, people ain't gonna want to really mess with Megan more than they haven't already been, which is what she's already made known when she testified. A lot of people feel like Tory doesn't deserve the verdict he got. Many people are cool with Carl Crawford, and people are cool with Jay Prince, and clearly they have a lot of ties in the industry, especially Jay Prince when it comes to Houston. So it's like going up against all these men doesn't look too flattering, not only to the men in the industry, but to the women who are in the same circles as these men. Like I said in my last video, I'm all for protecting black women. I'm black. My daughter, my sister, my mama, auntie, cousins, we all black. We need protection. But I just feel like Megan uses this protect black women narrative to her advantage as it pertains to her. It's never support black women when it pertains to anyone else. It's what I've noticed. It wasn't supporting black women when DaBaby was being accused of hitting a woman, and Megan continued to work with him and sleep with him, allegedly. She continued to choose to run around with Trey Songz with all his allegations against him. So I feel like Megan is in need of some help, and someone from her team needs to get her some counseling of some kind, because I don't see Megan's career or mental health being the same again. Megan already had trouble selling with this album. It wasn't horrible, but you know, it's the first week sales wasn't it. Okay, it was like I think 66K or something like that. Now I feel like it's gonna be even worse for her because people in the industry ain't fucking with this. Like, I mean, this girl is going up against her own label. But like I say, no major artist in the hip-hop community has come out and really advocated for Megan after this verdict, and that to me says a lot. But let me know your thoughts on that below. The last thing I want to get into is just some end of the year things. So it is the last day of 2022, and what a year it has been. So as y'all know, I really talk about anything as it pertains to urban culture, but we really put an emphasis on female rap over here. So before we end this year, I figure I'll go ahead and give out my grades on female rap this year. So the 4 categories I'm grading is best female rap albums of this year, best female rap songs of this year, worst female rap songs of this year, and my fave female rap artist this year. So for the best female rap albums of 2022, I am choosing my top 5, and this is just based on my opinion of production, lyrics, artistry, and overall creativity. So first off, I just want to say a lot of these rap girls released projects this year. I know Asian Doll did, Dream Doll did. She released Life in Plastic 3, which really wasn't bad, by the way. Amaretta released Rico Nasty, Latte, Coil Ray, and many others. So the number 5 spot for top 5 female rap album, I have to give to Lakia for her project she released this year entitled No Pressure, which in reality she applied real pressure to that project. I definitely fucks with the fact that Lakia is a R&B vibe. Like, she raps, but it's on some R&B type shit, and I love when that is done. So I just think that's her niche, and I'm curious to see what she does in 2023. So overall, I give her project a B-. So the number 4 spot for best female rap album this year, I gotta give it to Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not gonna be a hating ass bitch, I'm not gonna lie, for her album Traumazine. Now, despite the fact that none of the songs I was fucking with now on this album hit the same after this verdict, I can't lie and say the album was trash or I didn't stream a few of the songs. I think the album was a lot better than her first album, Good News, because that news wasn't giving, it was trash. So I give Traumazine a B-. For best female rap album. Now the number 3 spot for best female rap album goes to Flo Milli. So for her project You Still Hear Ho, that album smacks, and I love Flo Milli. I love that she stuck with her early 2000s theme throughout the project. So shout out to Flo, she is dope, she's talented, and I fucks with Flo Milli. I feel like her project was very nostalgic, so I give her a B+ for that album. Now, the number 2 spot for best female rap album is going to the underdog Callie for her project Toxic Chocolate. I know I don't talk about Callie much, but I think she is talented. That bitch, I think she put crack in this album because all the songs smack to me, especially Standards, Toxic Chocolate, and New Day. And I hope Callie gets the recognition she deserves one day for real. So her album gets a grade of an A-. And the number 1 female rap project of 2022 is Doechii, She, Her, Black Bitch. I feel like that project was so vulnerable and so personal for black girls that are considered different. This Bitch Matters is probably one of my favorite tracks off that project. So her album gets a grade of an A+. So those are my top 5 female rap albums of 2022. Now the best female rap songs of 2022, at number 5 I have Persuasive by Doechii. That's a whole little vibe. I fucks with that song heavily, so I give that a grade of a B+. At number 4 I have Flo Milli for her song Conceited, which I'll give an A-. Number 3 is Callie's song Standards, which if you haven't heard that song, please check that out. That's my shit. Like I said, she put crack in her shit, so I'm gonna give her a grade of an A+. At number 2 I have Nicki Minaj, Do We Have a Problem, because that is my shit, because first of all, that's my favorite question to ask you hating assholes, okay? Do we have a problem? So that gets A+. That's a straight up 100. And my number 1 best female rap song of 2022 is definitely We Go Up. I'm gonna keep saying that hands down. I feel like Nicki put crack in that verse and that beat went crazy. So yeah, A+, definitely would be 100. I would have given Nicki all the credit for that group project because Fabio didn't really give it to me, okay? Now, my top 5 worst female rap songs of 2022. At number 5, I'm going to have to say Hot Shit by Cardi B. Maybe it wouldn't have been the case had she released it in 2020 when it was supposed to come out originally, when her hype wasn't just about dead. So I'm going to say a D+. At number 4 is Hot Spices, Ice Spice's song Munch. I could have went without this song in 2022, so I'm going to give that a D+ also. So at number 3 is Megan Thee Stallion's Pressurelicious. So I hope she don't ever pay another $250,000 for a trash ass verse from an A-list rapper who won't promote the collaboration at the least bit. That was just dumb for a record that didn't even do shit, okay, and no one cared about. So I'm gonna give that a D-. Number 2 is Latte's Big Energy, the most unneeded and unnecessary sample. And on top of that, the song being trash, Latte's ass didn't even write her verse, which she got exposed for a couple months back. So I'm gonna give that song a straight up F. And the number 1 worst song of 2022, in my opinion, is Saweetie's Don't Say Nothing. She should have hopped in the booth and not said nothing at the fuck all, because this track ain't it. So it also gets an F. Now, my next category is the top female rap artist of 2022. So at number 5 is Doja Cat. I feel like this year she earned a B-. You know, she did her thing, but she was also involved in a lot of Twitter and internet drama, arguing with her fans, shaving her head, and just doing the fucking most. Now, she back in these rooms, and she ain't gonna make my list next year at this rate. So, at number 4 is Flo Milli. I'm gonna give her a B+. I feel like Flo did her thing this year, and I find her hella dope and talented. At number 3 for my best female rap artist of the year is Callie. I feel like she is a underdog and completely underrated. I find Callie talented, and I hope she gets a bigger support system. But her project, Toxic Chocolate, is a whole vibe in my opinion. Like I said, go check that out. At number 2 is Doechii. I feel like Doechii is just so fucking raw and talented, and I'm here for whatever Doechii does, and I hope we can get an album from Doechii in 2023, and maybe we can get that Doechii and Doja collaboration, because I know Doja said she would like to work with Doechii, and I would be here for that. And my number 1 top female hip-hop artist, of course, is the one and only Queen Nicki Minaj. She dominated, obviously, all of 2022, lyrically, monetarily, even as far as it pertains to accolades and awards. Now, my last category is my needs improvement category, child. You know, in your report card, how it be good, satisfactory, needs improvement, and all that hoopla. Well, I'm saying these girls need improvement if they want to have a better 2023 than this year. So, at number 5 is Saweetie. So she needs to either decide if she want to rap for real or be an influencer, because the music is consistently not hitting, and sis ain't even dropped her debut album yet. At number 4 is Megan Thee Stallion. I'm gonna need her to work on getting a solid fan base and putting down the alcohol, because clearly nothing good has come from her being given a bottle. Number 3 is Cardi B. I'm gonna need her to give a damn about her rap career and stop starving her fans and put out some quality solo music in 2023, which is what I see her fans on Twitter begging her for. She needs to stop the damn procrastination and get with the motherfucking times. At number 2 is Hot Spice, Ice Spice. I'm gonna need her to come with something better than bikini bottom ass bars. If she want to be a rapper and in the discussion when it comes to good music, I'm gonna need her to go to artist boot camp or get a mentor and get it together. I think she has a likable personality, just unlikable bars. And number 1 in my needs improvement category is Latte. She needs to go climb Humble Mountain and apologize to the queen when she reaches the top of that hole, because Latte committed career suicide in 2022, and unless she apologizes to the queen and get at least some of that support back from some of the barbs, she might have a chance at saving her career. But Latte crossed the line even Cardi didn't cross. Latte mentioned Nicki's family, and that's a no-go. Also, I'm gonna need Latte to go find another hit, because Big Energy was her first and last entry on Billboard this year. So let me know your thoughts on my grades, and would you grade anybody differently? So remember, this is my commentary, my opinion. You can let me know yours below. I look forward to reading your thoughts. Don't forget to give this video that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and lounge me on my socials at Southern Tea. That is Southern Tea with 2 A's. I will see y'all in my next video.